They got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone in progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause they got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't.
I'm sorry, y'all. I am sorry. It's StreamYard tripping. I didn't hear anything, see anything, see no evil, hear no evil. Now I see myself. Everything's all good. And what's going on, folks? You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole, and you know what time it is. It's Commanders Friday. Commanders Friday. It's our preview show. You know what I mean? Of the Commanders' upcoming game against the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, what's going on, Santiago? Appreciate you, my guy. You always showing support and pulling up, man. I definitely appreciate you. But yeah, I'm kind of excited stuff. We had some news before this show dropped. Y'all saw the thumbnail. It was a question, but it's not a question anymore. We'll talk about all that. Like I mentioned, it's our Commanders Falcons preview show. But before we talk about this game, we gotta knock out some logistics. Hey, you can check out our website, which is theurbansportscene.com. You can subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support the show. The super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, man, let's get into our tradition. The pregame, here's what we have on tap. NFL insider and analyst Lake Lewis Jr. will join me to preview the Commanders' upcoming game against the Atlanta Falcons. All right, Lake is running a little late. Don't have him on. Let me text Lake, to be honest with you. Making sure just in case. Let's see. Good. All right. Anyway, let's get it. Let's dive into it. All right. We got obviously the before we get into the actual game of the actual game itself, we got news already that Jayden Daniels will be out We'll be out. You mean I'm saying we'll be out for Sunday. And folks know we had this discussion on all burgundy and go everything with folks in the chat. What's going on, fam? Folks in the chat. And I'm not surprised. I don't know if folks are surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'll say this. I was surprised because on last night's episode of All Burgundy and Go Everything, I said that I thought that Jayden would play. I felt like everything was going that direction. It seemed like Jayden wanted to play, and I felt like the way it was going, him practicing with the brace, he was going to be out there on Sunday. But what I do like about this coaching staff is they're looking out for Jayden Daniels. We've seen this right in prior years where that wasn't the thing. We saw it with Griffin. They ain't look out for Griffin, right? Shanahan and company didn't look out for him. But it shows that, like Paul said, we got grown-ups running the house, man. Like, basically, that's what it is. We got grown-ups in the building running things for the Commanders. I think that's dope, right? Because it's easy to say that, Jayden Daniels, he's out there, he's able to run drills that we can throw him out there and we can risk it all, right? We've seen that, right? We've seen that in 2012. But now, like Paul said, we got grown-ups in the building who, are looking out for the player. Like, the player is not – he's not just a player. He's important to the cause. He's important to that team. He's important to the coaches. He's important to the organization. He's not looked at as property. He's looked at as an individual human being. So I just think it's dope that, this team decided to take that route, because it's easy to say, like, all right, Jayden's running drills. We can easily have him against Atlanta and maybe, as a game that can kind of get him going. But I like it. I actually like it on the flip side for Marcus Mariota. I feel like the coaching staff is like, this is a big game for you. You was on this team before, and they kind of said you was done. So this is like a revenge game for you. Let's give you this opportunity as a homecoming. I just think that all in all, it's a good look for the organization, just for the players to say, you know what, Marcus, you deserve this. You get this opportunity to go against your former team. I just think that it just shows that where this organization is at the moment. Yeah. What did Mike say? He said these guys in all positions got to step it up. What else we got out there? Yeah, revenge game for Mariota. I'm with you, Cam. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that was also in the decision making, right? Looking out for Marcus Mariota. We're looking out for him, saying, you know what, this is a revenge game for you. We want to give you this. We want to give you this opportunity to go, to go against your former team. I think that's in play too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's just about like Jayden Daniels. I think it's also a little bit of Marcus Mariota saying like, yeah, we're gonna give you that opportunity to go out to go at your team. But I mean, are folks disappointed? I want to know out there in the chat. Are folks disappointed Jayden's not playing? Did you think that Jayden was going to play? And also, how much confidence do you have in Marcus Mariota, like to play at a high level? Like, how much confidence do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how. Because I'm confident that Marcus can do the job. Like, I'm very confident that Marcus can put up a big game. You know, again, he's a guy who he gave us 40 points against the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? We weren't looking like that as an offensive squad the last two games, but like we said this in the past, and we said it on this show, we said this on All Burger and Go, everything. The most important thing, and my man Taj, thanks for being in a chat, Taj, appreciate you. Taj said, like, this team's identity needs to be running the football, and I feel like we saw that against the Raiders, and that shouldn't even change when Jayden gets healthy. So to me, like, it's all, if we keep that same game plan, I don't see Marcus Mariota, failing, to be honest with you. As long as they'll put him on his shoulders and make him Superman, I feel like Marcus Mariota could be very successful. What did Santiago say? Santiago said, I didn't think Jayden would play. Marcus is good and can get the job done. Definitely agree, Santiago. Taj, I'm not disappointed. I'm a Jayden fan, but I'm a bigger fan of the team. Agree. Yeah, I feel you. George, I'd be more confident if McLaurin was going to be out there. I mean, we got a report also that AJ Terrell ain't going to play. Shout out to you, Paul, for putting that in the chat that I'm in with you. Yeah, AJ Terrell ain't playing, so they're not going to be clicking on all cylinders on the defensive side of football in the Atlanta Falcons. AJ Terrell's not going to play, so I think that not having Terry, that hurts, but I think Debo has the overall advantage now because the best corner's not out there on the football field. Paul said, I thought he would play. Not disappointed by the decision, and the whole team needs to help Marcus this game. Dandon said, next man up mentality has been vital to their success. Agreed. They set the culture of this team from the start of training camp. Totally agree with you, Dandon. Totally agree with you. I think that's also the message, like the next up man mentality, right? That's, to me, part of the whole thing. I feel like not Marcus Mariota is part of that, and he has shown that. And to be real, again, regardless of what you want, folks have felt about Marcus Mariota in the past, but as a Washington Commander, he has been clutch. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, and I was one of them dudes who wasn't, keen on that signing last year, but he's so far he's batting 1,000, and when he's come in for Jayden Daniels, he's batting 1,000. We can't say so. I feel like we have to have all trust in Mariota. Like, it's not. We can't say, all right, we don't know what he's going to do. We gotta come because all he's shown us is good ball play. For real, that's all he's shown us. We can only go off what he's shown us, and Marcus Mariota has shown us that he's ready for the moment. Like, that's one thing we can say, regardless of who we want out there or whatever. Like, Marcus deserves our respect to say, like, he's gonna produce when he's out there. He deserves our respect, and that's, to me, if you ask me that a couple years ago, I mean, like last year before the season started, I'd be like, I don't know, I don't want Marcus Mariota out there. Now I'm like, all right, against Atlanta, I'm cool with having Marcus Mariota out there. What we got out there? Mike says, I can't wait to see Mariota and Luke connection. 2 touchdowns, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns and 80 yards receiving game for Luke. Yeah. You know what? We're not going to do this, Mike. Not on this show, Mike. We're not going to do this on this show, Mike. Call up, Ja'Cory Brooks. I would love for that to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like they deem Ja'Cory a certain way. I'm with you, Paul, though. I think he should be playing over Luke. You already know how I feel about that. We win this game and it sets us up nicely for us. I know it does. I agree. Let me not waste any time. I see my guy. He in the building. He here. My guy here. You know what I'm saying? Let me change this. We got the man, the dude, NFL insider and analyst, Mister. What's going on,
How you doing, man? There you go. Man, I just, stuff comes up all the time, man.
Look, I didn't told you in the text. The dude, you everywhere, man. You're everywhere.
Trying, man. You know how it was, like it's what we've asked for. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep it going, man. You know?
And I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy and I'm proud of you. All of that.
Man, we go back,
Yeah.
As I go, I'm gonna try to bring my folks with me.
I know. We know you. Yeah, we know that. Paul got a question. Leg, will Penn State show up this weekend?
They better, man. Now, see that we are up there. You already knew it was coming. But listen, if they don't get it done this time, then I'm starting to really wonder, like, do we have the right guy? And I'm saying that like I like Glenn. He's a good dude, cares about his kids. They graduate out of epic, and that's what is supposed to be most important. But we all know in today's game,
you gotta produce.
You gotta win, man.
Yeah.
And just win against the teams you're supposed to beat. He's 4-20, 4-19 against top 10 teams. That ain't good.
Hey, I like Frank. I like Franklin too. I do. I am a supporter of the dude. I was happy for him. Like last year, I thought, maybe gave him some time. You know what I mean? But I know what you're saying. I do feel like when you Penn State is different though. You're not like it's not like you Maryland.
Gotta get it done. Bottom line.
I know. I feel you. Mike said, Lake, please tell Wole, Paul, and Taj that Luke will be a big part of the team Sunday.
He definitely gonna be a big part. I know you don't like hearing that, but
oh wow, okay, go ahead, go for it, buddy. Look, you're the insider, so
he's definitely got a role carved out, and with no Terry, on need him. I talked to him yesterday and told him did he get the ball encased, and he was like, nah, not yet. So what I'm saying, like, you could just tell he's focused, and he knows. I think he's gonna be fine. Is Luke ever going to those? Is he ever going to be like a total difference maker all the time? No, that's not him. But I think he can be a really good professional wide receiver. That his way in the league for a long time. But he's not his brother, though.
I know. I feel like people see that name and think he's his brother. I guess that's where I'm at.
Not too many people you can prop up to his brother anyway.
Facts. Exactly. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I just feel like that, that name got weight for a lot of folks. It got a lot of weight. That's all I'm saying. It's got a lot of weight. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to I ain't trying to trash nobody. That's all it is. But like I'm off for a little fun. You're gonna be you're gonna be in Atlanta. You're gonna be there. I know you're gonna be out there covering the game.
I'll be there.
Before I talk about football, man, what spots you hitting up in Atlanta?
You know what I'm hitting up in Atlanta for real?
Yeah, what you hitting up for real?
Marquee. That's where I'm going to be, and that's
okay.
Only going to the stadium, and then from the stadium back to the airport. So, yeah, but I'm getting there early tomorrow morning though. So, I had a couple folks reach out to me already. I know this one joint that used to live up here that lives down there now. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm probably just gonna be chilling, man. This just caught up to me, man. Like it's a lot. Next week, flying to LA.
I know you're doing I'm telling you, you're going to some places, buddy. I'm just saying. You're going to some places.
Yeah, and then got Dallas coming up, Kansas City, Madrid. I'll be there for a week. Yeah.
You got places, buddy. I know.
Be wrong, but like the Madrid's gonna be different. Me and my baby, we're gonna have fun there. Be there a week before the game starts. But these other trips are this business. This business trips. I'm flying in the day of and flying right back after the game. So
straight business. I'm talking about. That's what's up. It's not a Paul. It's not. No, it's not. That would be lemon pepper Wole. That would be me. Not Lake. That would be me. If I was in LA, if I wanted to go to the A, that would be me.
You won't see me there.
You won't see Lake there. Best believe if I made that trip, you would see me there.
That's why I make sure you travel here. I'm going that way. Don't need any more jalapeno tequila.
No more of that. No more. Oh man. I will say this, all jokes aside, that is like my favorite. I don't know why. I won't lie to you. Like the Marquis is like my favorite Marriott in Atlanta. That's like my favorite Marriott over there.
Yeah, man. I was just like, you know what?
I love that other than Marriott.
Eat up for a day. You know, literally, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going out too because whiteout game is tomorrow night. So.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, nah.
I gotta watch that game.
Yeah, I got this all white on, right?
I see. I know. I see you. I'm not even saying that, bro. I see you.
I know.
Hey, wings and glitter. Chill out. I mean, yeah, that would be me. I ain't gonna lie. I got.
Wings and glitter.
Yeah, wings and glitter.
I knew it was gonna be a problem.
Oh man.
And showing up to Mercedes Benz in the morning.
Oh yeah, I would, man. What?
Clothes, nah, bro.
Where you been at?
No, man. No.
Oh man, all right. Let's talk football, man. I can do this all day. Let's talk football. All right, so I do want to get were you surprised? I mean, you've been covering this team for you cover this team. You cover this team. Were you surprised that Jayden today coach said Jaden's not playing Sunday?
Nope, not at all. I think they feel like they can beat Atlanta with Marcus, and I think they will. But I think obviously they feel like that. And let's be upfront here. We know what's coming next week. There's no chance Jaden's not playing when he goes home.
Agreed.
So they need him right for that. Give him another week. He was moving really well this week in practice. Of him doing some foot drills. And I mean, he looked good. And I can tell you, even last week against the Raiders, if it was a playoff game, he would have played.
Got you.
But you just, he's your biggest asset, man, the hottest commodity out there. You don't want to, you want him 100% to be his best because his game needs him to be at 100%.
Agreed. Okay.
Runs and moves around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I think it's good for him also to be able to sit up top, sit in the booth and see Marcus at work and see Marcus does some things as a veteran that Jayden doesn't do yet because he's still young.
Yeah.
I think, he can look at Marcus and see some things that maybe he may not have seen before, and then put that into his game. Let's face it, they're going to need a healthy whoever against the Chargers next week.
There you go. I like everything you said about that, to be honest with you, just because I think that I'll ask before I go to what I think. I do want to go to ask this question. Do you think that Jayden and this staff learned from what happened last year with the rib injury?
Yeah, because he wasn't himself.
Yeah.
He was gutting it out, and you give him credit for showing the toughness and stuff like that. But man, when you have a guy that's that dynamic and he can't be that dynamic, you're limiting your offense on top of that as well as his game. So I love this about this group because they really do care about their players and they care about their well-being, and you can tell that they kind of saving Jayden from himself. And yeah, I see that $3 billion for a stadium. You're right. I get that because you need every ticket sold.
Yes.
You need standing upright. But just from a football standpoint, I just think it's good, and I think they feel like they have enough to be able to pull the victory out Sunday, even without Terry playing as well.
With my man, he says, Lake, you got to eat at Annie Laura's Kitchen, best soul food spot in Atlanta.
You know what? Now, I would consider doing that for sure. But diet, it's going to be kind of tough.
I know. I see you driving weight. I see you, buddy.
97, bro.
I see you.
I was 221 with Coach Johnson doing this stuff, so it's legit.
Yeah, man. Oh, I see you. Believe me, I peep game. I saw you just stand up like my man getting okay, getting trim. I see you.
I want to get invisible though. I don't want
Yeah,
to
I know. I'm that. Yeah, that's always a fear. I know. I get you. That's always a fear.
come and people like, family man, are you sick?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I hate that question. I be hating that question. Dan Dins has a question for you. He says, Lake, what is your expectations for Jalen Lane to be more involved in the offense with Terry out? He's been dynamic as a punt returner.
I mean, Jaden's been getting looks too as a receiver. You know, he's had a couple drops this year,
Yeah.
but he's involved already. Naturally, he may get more reps now, you know, with Terry being out. But I said before the season started that Jalen was entrenched as their third receiver. And I think now you'll get a chance to see that. It'll be some good work for him, you know, to get more reps, and then it'll only be better when Terry comes back, you know, because they'll have another viable receiver to go with Terry and Debo.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I really do like him. Even though he had the drops, I like his ability to make plays without, he could take a 5 yard. Obviously, what he can do as a punt returner, but he can take a 5 yard pass or a wide receiver screen to the house. You see the capability right there already.
Him to take a top off of defense too,
That
to like
too.
him up because, you know, like against Green Bay, for instance, you know, I always bring that game up because it was just so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was cold as hell up in their press box, man.
Was it? Was it?
Oh, when I went on the field to do my post game, it was 50 degrees.
Yeah.
And coming from here, where it was like the devil was chilling with you, it was crazy. But it was just it was wild. But no, like, I think you know, with that defense in that game, they played everything so close because they didn't feel anybody was going by them. So now with Jalen having that kickoff return or the punt return last week for 90, you saw the speed. You're gonna be leery of that, you know, and if you run them up wide, then I think people are gonna be like, okay, we can't stack the box and stuff like that. We're gonna have to be respectful of the speed out there, and they have one now that has that kind of speed.
Paul has a question for you. Like he says, Lake, when do they announce players called up from the practice squad?
It's normally the morning of the game. So we'll get you know, sometimes like around 10 o'clock, you know, we'll get an update on, you know, who's inactive and who's been called up. So we'll know tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Paul wants to know if Ja'Cory Brooke will be.
Yep, Sunday.
You think he'll get called up? You believe?
Who, Ja'Cory?
Yeah.
I mean, Ja'Cory makes plays in practice, man. I mean, he does, and I'm like, yeah, I think he is. I think, because they're gonna definitely need another receiver for sure. The thing with me, and not the I mean, I have to keep remembering I can't say things now. It's tough.
Yeah, I got you.
But let's just say I think a guy like Ben Sinnott might be somebody you might, you know, remember.
I like it. Taj, question from Taj says, with the depth of receivers being limited right now, will we see more of what we saw last week? 2 tight end and extra linemen.
I kind of just alluded to that just a
little. You kind of
You're going to see that for sure.
Yeah,
the tackle eligible coming in, something like that. And I think you might see more Debo in motion and things like that. Something that looks similar to what they were doing in week 1. Because in week 1, Terry was back, but they still were, you know, kind of tell a little bit of a pitch count a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see an offense similar to what we saw week 1 as opposed to last week.
From Mike, question from Mike says, like, why are they limited in playing Debo? Because they take him out of as soon as he gets the ball. Is that true? I thought it's a lot of work.
I mean, he's out there a lot.
Yeah.
Mind too that returning kicks and things like that too. You know? So he's getting worked in a lot of different ways. He goes. I don't necessarily think it's a matter of not utilizing or limiting him. I think it's early in the season right now, and they're still trying to work Terry back in, you know, 100%. And now he's out, you know, with the leg injury. So you just have to be mindful of how much work a guy is getting, especially when they're breaking off, you know, 50, 60-yard kickoff returns. That's the thing that I asked Cliff this week, as
Mm-hmm.
far as both Debo and Jalen. With Terry more than likely being out, this was on Wednesday. Now we
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
and Noah probably. So the thing is that with those guys out, how much do you want to use Jalen, even though he's electrifying, and how
Yeah.
much to use Debo on kickoffs, even though he's electrifying, because you're going to need those guys on their reps on the offense. So
Very good point.
might see a guy like Mikey Sanders, still your dude from Michigan, returning punch this week.
Wow. Okay.
And all this stuff. But yeah, you
Yeah.
might see all this.
What about, will Luke get more attempts at return because of this? Luke McCaffrey?
Yeah, I mean, he's normally back there as well, but
Yeah.
I think because his role might expand,
Okay.
you probably gonna see somebody else. So it might be Mikey.
Okay.
Remember,
Hey,
with Michigan.
look, I mean, yeah, I mean, we Michigan corners do be killing. I ain't gonna lie, we be killing. You see the guy Will Johnson? I mean, it's like probably one of the best corners already. Anyway, I'm not gonna even like get into all that. Lake said, Paul said, Lake is Cliff purposely kind of holding Bill back after his good performance versus the Giants. Purposely?
No,
I don't
think they told us from day one that they were going to have a running back by committee when they and the way you knew ultimately it's going to be Bill. I don't think anybody is saying the case, because it is the case. Everyone knows that. But you got to think of the defenses that they've played these first couple. They played some really good fronts, especially up front. And Bill's done well every time he's touched the ball. Even in Green Bay, he had four touches, but he was effective more so than anybody else.
True.
I'd like to see him get a little bit more work, but he's been nicked up too. He's still getting used to the rigors of an NFL, NFL physicality and stuff like that. So he's a little nicked up, and I just think they're trying to help him come along without throwing him to the wolves just yet, because they don't need to do that. Jeremy McNichols runs well.
Yeah.
Chris Rodriguez runs well. So right now it's by committee, and I think they're going to ride the hot hand of whoever emerges, say in the Atlanta game early. That's probably the guy that you see get the most touches in that game.
I'm with that. Any talk about my guy Donovan Edwards? I gotta do what I gotta do.
Surprised because
he's electric.
Boy, man, what I mean? He's a big boy. And I told somebody, don't be surprised if the backs of the future for this team is going to be the 1-2 punch of Bill and Donovan. I said that.
Yeah, okay.
I still think that could be the case, but right now it's tough to get on the field for him right now. You just got these other younger guys that have all worked. So
yeah. All right. So Lake, what's the biggest mismatch in this game that favors Washington?
It's a great question, man. I'm gonna go their run defense. I think they're front on Kinlaw and Duran and Jacob Martin and Von Miller. I mean, everything on the edge on that line is Johnny Newton. You're not running the football on them this year. You're just they've proven that they've taken a step. And that's the one thing Atlanta needs to be able to do to have any success is get Bijan Robinson going.
Facts.
If they stifle him early and often, it might look like it did last week for him against the Panthers. They couldn't run the ball. So that's the problem.
A question for Lil C. White, from Lil C. White. Do you think Washington could take advantage of this Atlanta's offense that has the worst on third down, and Washington has the best third down defense in the NFL?
100%. I think that's
good question.
Is literally, I just think that this front four for Washington, is technically a front four, but they got 7 guys rotating.
Yeah,
really become disruptive, and they're causing problems for teams. And for the Falcons, from what I saw last week, looking at the tape against the Panthers, there's things that I think Washington does really well that'll be disruptive for this. And if Atlanta can't extend drives and they get put in long situations, third and longs, it could be a long day for them. But I do think that this is going to be one of those games that's won in the trenches. And I think Washington Atlanta's not, chopped liver. They got a good defense too,
Yeah,
by the
good
way.
defense. Yeah, good defense. Yeah.
I think if the offense isn't producing and moving the chains,
Yeah.
it's gonna wear down that defense because
Yeah.
Washington will run the football for
Yeah.
sure
Yeah,
Sunday.
similar. It could be similar to, like, to your point. I think it could be similar to what we did with Washington did with against the Cleveland Browns last year. Had a really good defense, but their offense was so stagnant that eventually, by nutrition, that Washington's offense took over the game.
Absolutely. Yep. And that's kind of what I see. I think this game's going to look really similar to last week's game against the Raiders, where
Got you.
Atlanta's going to be in this football game, but
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be some plays that can happen that can blow it open. I just feel like Washington's the better football team, regardless of Jayden's playing or not.
Yeah, I agree with you. Mike has a question. He says, "Will Preston Smith play on Sunday?"
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I'm not sure how many reps he'll get, but I think the goal was for him to get ramped up, maybe the third game. I definitely see him playing next week in LA. Wouldn't surprise me if he's inactive this Sunday against Atlanta, but I think they're gonna play him though. I do. I think he's gonna get some reps.
I hope so. Hey, Danny, thanks for the super chat, my guy. Says, Lake, who would you prefer to cover Drake London, Lattimore or Trey Amos? I wouldn't want Lattimore because of the familiarity with London.
That's a good point.
I wouldn't want. Excuse me, sorry.
No, I understand. That's a good point. I would be comfortable with either one of them because they're both physical corners. The question with Trey is he's a little banged up right now, so is he play Sunday? So that's a whole nother thing. They say, everybody's like all these game time decisions and stuff like that. I think, of course, but I could even see at times Mikey covering them. You're gonna have to keep a fresh body on him regardless to wear him down because he's a big receiver, and we know how important Drake London is to their offense. If you can kind of keep him contained, it's going to be tough for Atlanta to do some other things. To me, this game, not to hurt the gentleman's question, but
no, go.
To me, this game, it's going to come down to an unheralded player that I think for Atlanta, you have to make sure Kyle Pitts doesn't have a game on you.
Yeah.
These are the times where it's somebody that hasn't done what they were supposed to do has one of them games. And, and Washington has, they've had some trouble covering tight ends.
Yes, the last 2 weeks, yes.
So, yeah, that's the guy that I'm more worried about than anybody on their offense.
Who do you think needs to step up for that to happen? Because obviously it's safeties, linebackers who will probably be checking the tight end. You got Jeremy Reeves replacing Will Harris. It looks like it. I'm so happy. I'm a Jeremy Reeves supporter. And then you got the linebackers where Bobby, I felt like has been great against the run. Both linebackers been great against the run. But obviously there's issues. That's not their strength, right? To be in coverage is not their strength. So
you need a young guy. I think you would need like a Jordan McGee,
to be out there more. Okay.
Help out in that avenue. And then of course, have Jeremy come downhill. Percy Butler, Percy will be okay because I know he's been nicked up as well. So this team's got a lot of injuries. It's kind of tough to say who's going to play and who's going to do what because it's all going to come game time decisions on a lot of them. But I think that they clearly, Coach Witt, defensive coordinator, Joe's talked about it so much that I think that they're going to clearly be able to identify what their weaknesses are as far as the communication and not trusting their eyes and things like that. So I think that they know that they can't let a guy like Kyle Pitts get off in this game. Like we said, they've struggled with tight ends, but I'm looking for a guy like Jordan McGee to step up in a game like this.
I like to hear that because I like that kid. I like Jordan McGee. I like that kid.
I like him. Dude too, man, good kid, but you just gotta follow the lead of that Hall of Famer, man. That's guy's playing out of his mind right now.
He's balling. He's balling. He's balling. That's why I don't get in that whole discussion about cover this, that, and the other. One, he's a vet. He's not Bobby Wagner of Seattle. He's an older player. So I don't know why people the expectations of folks are for him to be the same dude in Seattle. He's still one of the best linebackers and middle linebackers in football. Period. So I don't get why people, the fan base can be a little overly critical at times. That's a whole different discussion.
for a little too much. Like at this point in his career, Bobby is incredible.
Yes.
But you don't want Bobby covering tight ends.
You don't. Like, you don't.
You don't need that. You need somebody else to. And ironically, you don't need Frankie covering them either. Both of them just at the line of scrimmage, and that's what they do. And if you can get, like I said, a young guy to come around to being able to fill that other role, it'll really help. Maybe a guy, not right away, but Kane Madrano or someone later in the season, Ali Cajo, someone like that. They're gonna have somebody else come in and do it.
I agree with you. Paul said, do you expect to see Savage active on Sunday?
I do, actually.
Really? Okay.
I talked with Darnell yesterday at practice.
Okay.
Just super intelligent dude, man.
Okay.
That's the first thing that jumps out at you is this dude. Smart. But said that he already knows the playbook just from a lot of terms and stuff like that. He already picked it up, and remember, he was in Green Bay with some of these coaches, so some familiarity there with some things. So yeah, man, I think you might have to, because Percy's nicked up, so you might have to put him out there.
Got you. Okay, interesting.
As a reserve player.
That's a reserve. No, I get it. I totally get it. Lil C. White said, should we expect Jalen Lane in the end zone on Sunday?
Wouldn't surprise me, because I'm at two games, New York and Green Bay. He was a couple, steps away from breaking those in those games.
True.
He's just a weapon back there. Remember, he's an All-American at VTech doing that. So this didn't come as a surprise. He was a special teams, phenom there. So now you getting a chance to see it here. I tell you what, they better not outkick their coverage, because he will take us if that's the case.
Totally, I'm with you. I think he has special talent. So, Lake, what are your keys for Commanders' victory over the Falcons?
I think the first thing is they have to come out and establish the run, similar to what against the Raiders. If you come out and you establish the trenches, run the football, it'll open up that play action. It'll open up some read option stuff for Marcus. And Marcus has shown that he's not afraid to pull it down and take off. So I think with Terry being out and Noah and some of the other things going on, I'm not sure if John is playing this week as well. John Bates, they're going to have to be creative again. I thought Cliff rebounded really well from calling a terrible game against Green Bay to calling a really good game against the Raiders. So they're going to need that again. And normally when Cliff is under pressure, they have the best offensive performances. So I'm looking to see what he does Sunday. But I think if they run the football, it'll help, and it'll help them on defense too. It'll help their defense be able to get after Michael Penix and put pressure on him as well.
What's up, Mazdak? Are you expecting to see Chris Paul again at guard?
Yes. Starts at guard, and he's earned it. He's worked hard, and he looked really good last week in there. Some people were surprised I was, because I thought Brandon was doing okay.
Me too. Okay, so I'm glad I wasn't tripping. All right, go ahead, Link. I'm sorry.
Coleman was like in the doghouse. So it was a shock to all of us, but performance that Chris had, shows that it's real. They keep talking about competition, and it's not lip service. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I didn't think he was horrible. I didn't think he was bad at all. Like, because I'm almost like, and it's no knock. So I want this. I like what Connolly has done. Like I have.
Oh yeah, man.
I have. I don't dislike it, but I'm like, I feel like, put it this way, Coleman wasn't the worst person on the line.
No. I mean,
that's where I was confused with it, but it's okay.
He was targeting to get replaced. They put Andrew in there. So to have two changes on the line was like, wow, but that combination looked okay last week though.
Oh, it looked good. It looked good. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. It says like Dan said Cosme will be back soon. Is that a surprise?
Oh, I've been telling people.
Oh, really? Okay.
That in the offseason, I was like, this guy might not play this year because he's a big man. He had But then when you see him and working off to the side and sliding and doing everything, I'm like, this doesn't look normal for a guy that's hurt. But then when Dan was told David Aldridge immediately, yeah, it might be week 1 he could come back. We're like, there's no way. Well, I'm telling you right now, I think he's gonna be active I think 2 weeks.
Oh, we're okay.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Mike says, what's up with Coleman though?
I don't know. I think he's still in good spirits. He's a super nice kid, man. He really is. Oh, by the way, I got a little side story.
Go ahead. Yeah, let it happen.
You know, Brandon's like the best hooper on the team.
He's the best what?
Hooper.
Is he? He can hoop?
Brandon used to play overseas, pro.
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
No, bro. Like he and we talk about it all the time.
Oh, he hoop.
Point guard. Big Brandon.
Point guard.
Got ball handle skills.
He got Pat.
Wet shot, everything. Like
what?
And it's known. Like nobody running from that statement. Like,
oh,
Brandon he played for like 9 years overseas, hooping. He just recently picked up football. Yeah.
Wow. And maybe that's why his footwork is good. Because he does have good footwork.
Because I told him that. I said Big Trent used to have great footwork, but Trent used to be a hooper.
Oh, he a hooper. Yeah, Trent's a hooper. I've seen clips. And you told me about Trent. Like that's why I always tell folks that Lake's the one who told me about how Trent used to give folks the business.
Yeah, windmill dunk, standing still.
Yes, that's crazy that Trent could do that.
Big Tucker was like trying to pull the rafters down with that. But yeah, Brandon like that in basketball.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, you know, but and he did say, you know, when I pressed him, you know, I was like LeBron, Kobe, Mike, and he said he thought about it. He said between Mike, he said, but he said this, but if he's taking a player to get a bucket and he needs it just one time, he said he's taking Kyrie.
Oh yeah, I see why.
That's what he said.
I see why.
I already knew he was a hooper.
Yeah. That makes sense. I get why he would say that. Why you don't put Magic in the conversation? You never
He's throwing out Magic the whole time. And what's he gonna say? No, not Magic. That's the one, you know. But I was like, why are you gonna do that, Donna? He said if you're gonna go with longevity and be incredible shape, you gotta go LeBron. All day. I said, but just as far as sheer talent and killer, it was Mike. There's
we always do this. I'm not gonna do this with you today. I'm not gonna do this with you tonight.
And Mike translates sports. Like I've never seen anybody in any sport with that kind of killer mentality. He was
He's a killer. I mean, I'm not gonna like that. He's a killer. I will say this though. People don't give him Steve Lake and I always go off topic, but I don't think people do that they don't give Larry Bird that type of swag they need to, because he had his killer mentality. I think it's just as up there as anybody ever.
Oh, he's top 3 killers of all time.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, he would rip your heart out and laugh at you.
Yeah. I don't think people we talk about killers. They don't mention him enough. I think they know why. I know why.
Young kids, Larry, and they're like, he wasn't even athletic. And I'm like, so this is my line now to shut up all the kids nowadays. I got my nephew, I got all of them with it, and they were like, they ain't even know what to say. They were like, damn, I ain't think about it. I said, but y'all talking about how Mike and all these boys back in the day played against plumbers and electricians. Y'all say now, you know, non-athletic dudes, whatever. And I'm like, but look at the MVPs of the league recently. Luka, Jokic, and Shai Alexander. They not the most athletic dudes, but killing you. So if they're doing it today, what you think the majority of the league who was playing like that was going to do to these kids? Come on. And then you got doing it against these guys and have the extra athleticism too.
Man, Luka was doing it so-called fat and giving y'all buckets, and y'all saying that like folks like Larry and them couldn't kill y'all. That's why I be like, that's what kills me. I'm a big, and I've said this book,
close to being as good as Larry's anyway.
Larry's
shot was wet. Larry was like, you talk about Steph and then like Reggie Miller and Larry, right there though, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Very special, man. But yeah, I told y'all, me and Lick can always go off topic and talk basketball. That's a thing. It's always a thing.
No, I mean, kind of learning.
All right, so like, I mean, let's talk about another thing that it's not just a homecoming for Marcus Mariota, it's a homecoming for Dan Quinn. He returns to Atlanta. How do you think his familiarity with the Falcons gives Washington any advantage, or like, is it something, or is he extra motivated for this game?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's just
Okay.
a game to him. Obviously, we know
Mhm.
he team to the Super Bowl, but it's
Mhm.
totally different cast of people there. Whole
True.
new staff, all the players. Probably not too many, leftovers from his time there at
Yeah.
all.
Mhm.
So I just think obviously he's got a lot of respect for the organization and the owner, of course. But I think for him, he just trying to get his team the third win of the season. That's
Yeah.
what it's about.
No, I'm with you. This is my we got a couple questions before we close this out. Lil C White says, with AJ Terrell out on Sunday, does it make it for those young receivers to stretch the field like Lane and Luke on Sunday?
I mean, it might, and this also gives you an element of surprise. You
Mm-hmm.
may not as sure. Obviously, you got tape on guys, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, with him out, you can do some things. I mean, he's one of their best players, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm attacking that area. I know that. I'm gonna test it and see what's there.
Yes, exactly.
Test it early. Might even run Debo over that way. See what y'all got today. Because if you don't have it, I'm going in. I'm pulling scabs.
I like it. I love it. I love the killer mentality. So
Yep.
I will ask you about, you mentioned Noah Brown earlier. Like Noah, like what's the status of Noah Brown? Is he? I mean, how serious is the injury? Because unfortunately, I mean, this dude, and no knock on him, but he's just been plagued with injuries throughout his whole career. Like,
Yeah.
what's up with Noah Brown? Will he have an opportunity to make an impact on this team this season?
I think he will. I don't think
Okay.
it's way, but I think he will. And I think
Okay.
they're not going to rush him to
Okay.
re-injure himself or anything like that. But, they love Noah. I mean,
Yeah.
and they know that he's solid when he's on the field,
Mhm.
produces when he's on the field,
Mhm.
but a lot more than just run routes. I mean, he's a great blocking receiver,
Mhm.
never out of position, makes the tough catches, great teammate, locker room guy. But they just, I think they understand they're in this for the long haul. This isn't a team that should be short-sighted because they got a lot of football games ahead of them, and it's a lot of good teams in the NFC this year. So you got to make sure you get your guys healthy. So I'd be surprised if Noah played tomorrow or on Sunday. I don't think he will.
Mhm.
But I think the goal is to get him back for, maybe when they go to LA, if not the week after. I would say for Noah, start thinking Kansas City, where we
Okay, that's fair.
see him out there.
All right, Paul. Todd, you the last question. Then I'm gonna wrap this up. Says a question: how are they addressing the communication problems Martin is having in that secondary last year? Chin handled those calls back there. No major issues. Anyone else can handle? Can anyone else handle that that role?
See, I think, I thought Will Harris was solid. Obviously that's a tough injury for them. But Jeremy though, Jeremy will come up and knock your skull off, man.
I'm telling you, man.
And he's smart. That's
Yes.
he's super.
Thank you.
I was just telling him yesterday at practice, man. I just told him I'm pulling for you. You know that because it's your time. And he was like, we don't live on our time. We live on God's time.
Oh, I was
like, yeah, brother.
He got it. He got it. He got it, man.
Those are his exact words too.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
But I told him I'm pulling for him, man, because he's such a good dude. He really is. But I think him and Will we're bringing something, to the table together collectively. Now with Will being out, it's going to be Jeremy's show, at that safety spot. So I think he's going to help Quan as well. Quan's super smart, man. He's one of the players out there. The communication is more or less their eyes, not trusting their eyes. And that's what Coach Witt keeps saying. You go back and you look at the tape and there's just one person that doesn't play their assignment. It blows up the whole play.
Yeah.
Wide open receivers. And that's the thing that they have to kind of get down. So I wouldn't put it on Quan at all. But I do want to see them being able to not have to be thinking out there, start playing that fast, free physical that they always, talk about. Get back to how they looked against Detroit. You remember?
Yeah.
Off everything. And Jared Goff was wet in the bed too. But you need to get that. They haven't produced a turnover.
It's crazy.
So hopefully you get one, because when I saw Mike Penix last week, like, damn.
What?
I went up to the dude and said, "Here." Terrible throws, man. So, and then they got rid of my boy Ike Hilliard. That's my dude, man. I ain't like that. They like Raheem think he's slick. I remember Raheem when he was here too.
Yeah.
But they try to make Ike the scapegoat for that. Nah, man. Those are throws that NFL quarterbacks do not make.
I've said that. I had my questions about him when he was drafted. I'll say that much. But I do want to ask you before we end. I'll ask you this one thing, because you mentioned Jeremy Reeves, and I want to see if you agree with me. He reminds me. When I look at Jeremy Reeves, I get Ryan Clark vibes.
Yeah, that's not bad, man. Because Ryan Clark was a tough player.
He's smart
for sure. Was smart. That's not a bad analogy at all. Yeah, when and not the biggest dudes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They play big though. Yeah, but that's not a bad analogy, not at all. I'm just happy for Jeremy, man, because I thought Ron Rivera yanked the floor out from under him.
Right.
Him and Earl, nice tandem at that first season. They got in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Out and they bring my dude in from Miami and to replace Jeremy, and I'm like, what are they doing? Like, so he said it. He was talking to JP yesterday, and he said the same thing. He was like, I'm not a special teams guy only. I'm a safety first, but now opportunity. And when they said that they were going to try to start scaling back just all the special team stuff, and just obviously because he's a Pro Bowler at that, but just on the defense for reps. They meant that, and now it's coming to fruition. You're going to see that on Sunday. But I'm telling you, this guy's going to come up and hit somebody.
I like him because, to me, when he's always in the right. Like, one, that I think what he's doing more. He's like, to your point, he's hitting folks this year. Like, he's really hitting folks. But what I like about him more than anything, I like that he's always at the right. He's always at the right place. He's always in the right place.
He doesn't play too fast.
He
doesn't. There's like, and it's something Coach Witt mentioned yesterday as well, as far as Bobby. Like, he said he laughs when people say Bobby's lost a step or Bobby's slow, and he's like, he said Bobby actually plays faster because, as a vet, he said he tells people all the time with veterans, and I'm saying this because Jeremy falls into this category.
Yeah, they
know what they're supposed to do and supposed to get to the ball, where they're supposed to be on the field. So they actually play faster than a young kid who runs a 4.2, 4.3, because he is thinking about what they're supposed to be doing.
Good point.
Older guy knows where they're supposed to do it, so they can get there much faster. And that's what you're saying with Bobby as well. Bobby's always in position, and you're thinking, how is this happening? If he's 35 years old, well, it's because he knows the play before the play happens. And that's Jeremy. Jeremy's prepped and knows what to do.
Totally agree. Hey, folks, if you've been listening, hey, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the red subscribe button. Likes are free. It's the best 4-letter word in the world. So just so just hit the like button and the subscribe button. Hey, but before we end this stream, hey, Lake, how can folks catch your pod, catch your content, catch everything, catch you on social media? Just follow everything you're doing, because, like I said, you're everywhere. That's why I want to make sure that folks know how they can catch you, because you're just everywhere.
I appreciate it. I mean, follow me on social media. I haven't paid for my check or none of that. But yeah, you can follow me on social media at Lake Lewis Jr. That's on all social, I even shout out Facebook for all us old heads. I'm on there too.
Yeah.
That's what you call it, Twitter, formerly. And of course, you can subscribe to my show, the Lake Lewis Jr. Show. You can watch it on YouTube. You can listen to it on radio in DC.
That's dope.
You can subscribe to it via podcast, any major carrier. You can check out my NFL writing on Heavy Sports. It's Heavy Doc. You can check out my NFL analysis stuff on CBS,
Yes.
Six in Richmond. I'm their insider for that station. And then I'm also an insider for ESPN Radio as well. So, yeah.
I told y'all like everywhere. I wasn't lying to y'all when I said it. I don't lie. You know what I mean? I know I'm Nigerian, and Nigerians were supposed to be live, but I don't lie. So,
Yeah, because y'all always working.
Always working, bro.
Family, I do feel like Amon right now. You know what I'm saying? That's Jamaican.
That's Jamaican. No, we still work too. No, we do that too. We one of them. Oh, and Paul wants to make sure. Like he said, what station? He wants to make sure.
Up in DC on oh my God, 1450 AM and 95.9 FM. Yeah.
There you go, Paul.
Yeah.
Make sure, man. Pull up, man. Pull up. Anyway, I appreciate everybody for pulling up and tuning in with us, man. Lakers dope. Just one of my favorite people in the world. He knows that. So anyway, and Lakers doing great work. And make sure y'all keep supporting, man, because you got one of us in the building doing big things. I just want to make sure y'all support. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all continue to do that. But anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Saying for ages. Yedig deuces. We are out. Peace. Swag.